by
And
the way, but
Spain,
before you jump into it, just to explain to the audience, the idea behind mincemeat is they're going to basically put fake information on a corpse and then let it let it
yeah, no,
drift.
but I'm
Yeah.
giving the background
Okay, okay.
for how that idea came about.
Yeah.
So sorry to interrupt there, but the this was an actual event, right? This was unplanned for, and then the British detected that the documents carried by James Turner was passed on to the Germans. Luckily, no serious consequences were felt. And Spain is ruled by a fascist dictator in Franco, even though they're not in the war since they are majorly dependent on Britain for their economy. This is where they get an idea that they can, as you said, Craig, drop a body off Spain, make it look like there was a crash, let it go ashore, and then they know that the Abwehr, the German intelligence, will get their hands on the documents, and hopefully it will convince the German high command that the invasion of Sicily is just a fake because, as Churchill called it, only a damn fool will know it's not Sicily. So there were several. Then, by Churchill's logic, there were several damn fools in the German high command because quite a few of them did not believe it was Sicily. Now, so what the plan was, they created a fictitious Royal Marines officer, Captain slash acting Major William Martin, who was actually a Welsh homeless man that died in London. And they were going to plant documents on him. And in the build up to launching his body in April, they created a perfect backstory for the man, including from the one of the ladies that were present here. She gave a picture to act as the fictitious girlfriend for Major Martin. And the documents were planted in a briefcase within envelopes, and that briefcase was also handcuffed to the body, which is standard practice for important documents. And the rank also meant that he could be someone that would be traveling with such important documents. A lot of attention to detail was given in the build up to this operation being launched. It's definitely like maybe one day we can, when we do, if we ever do deceptions and all, we can spend a lot more time on this. But they successfully, created his backstory and planted the documents, which included a handwritten letter from General Nye to General Harold Alexander, which was the main contents of saying that we are going to go for the Balkans. General Nye at this point is the vice chairman of the Imperial General Staff in Britain. So pretty important guy. Now on 19th April, the body is transported to Scotland, where it is put on to the submarine HMS Seraph. This is a submarine we actually briefly talked about in North Africa. This was the submarine that took General Mark Clark to Gibraltar to have this famous negotiations with General Henry Giraud.
Oh yes, when all the British officers and men on board had to pretend like they were American. Yeah.
Yeah, and where Giraud said, "My honor demands I be made supreme commander of all Allied troops."
Yeah. Oh yes, the French.
Yeah. So on the night of 30th April, as they're off the port of Huelva of the Spanish coast, Lieutenant Commander Bill Jewell, the commander of HMS Seraph, and a few officers get Major Martin's body, which was preserved in like a canister which had, you know, carbon, dry ice and all to prevent the decay. Because when they got the corpse of that Welshman, Michael Gwyllnir, sorry if I mispronounced his name, he had already been dead a few days, so the natural decomposition had been taken. All the other crew was sent out, so a lot of the crew did not even know the nature of this operation. And by the 8th of May, as Serap continued on its other duties elsewhere in the war, the German Abwehr wanted to and got the documents that were there. They kind of coaxed the Spanish into getting it, and because the Spanish, as a neutral party, are obligated to return all the possessions to the British embassy in Madrid, like properly sealed and untampered with. That's obviously the big. But in this case, the British want you guys to, get the documents. So they kind of like, without opening the wax seals, they remove the letters, they dry it and everything, and then photograph it, and then pass it on to the German Abwehr, and then return it back to the British, with the Spanish government saying, yeah, we did not touch this one bit. And 11th May, by the documents are dispatched back to Britain from the British Embassy in Madrid. And that's where the forensic analysis done by the British intelligence, they know that it's being tampered with. Because some fibers, they went to a microscopic detail where some fibers were even, like, they noticed had been moved around, which was needed to kind of like, pull the letter out without getting to the wax seal. And they also had planted one eyelash on the letters. It was not there.
Yeah,
And
I
that
already
was
know
done
about that
deliberately.
aspect of it. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. And they, just to also allay the fears of the Germans, they actually sent a telegram back, which is not strongly coded. Just say, yes, you received the documents. They look like they've not been opened at all. Thank you. Which was also deliberately leaked to the Germans as well. And 14th May, that's where they knew this operation was a success. Ultra decrypts did intercept a German transmission saying that there's a diversion in Sicily and the Dedopanese Islands, and the main invasion is going to come into the Balkans, which was what the letter by General Nye had suggested. And even Karl Donitz, when he met Hitler at that time, which was one of the discussion points, was about this uh, document, which was referred to as the Anglo-Saxon Order. And in the words of Admiral Donitz, the Führer does not agree with Mussolini that the most likely invasion point is Sicily. Furthermore, he believes that the discovered Anglo-Saxon order confirms the assumptions the planned attacks will be directed against Sardinia and the Peloponnese. So it's still feeding into the deception. This is what the British need. And by the end of June, right, 10,000 soldiers are garrisoning Sardinia of the German army. And that's not going to be touched. And even General Wolfram von Richthofen, who commanded Luftflotte 2 in the Mediterranean, did believe it was Sardinia as the main thing. And Hitler also transferred a lot of soldiers to the Balkans and the Greeks. So by the end of June, the Germans had moved 7 new divisions into Greece, bringing the strength up to 8 divisions. And also 10 more divisions were posted to the Balkans, bringing the strength up to 18 divisions.